Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, CNB Financial Corp just filed their current report for the 23rd of July 2026, and I am seeing a steady as she goes kind of update. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is sharing its latest financial results, and for a regional bank, it looks like things are pretty stable. This is an 8K filing, which means the company is reporting a significant event. In this case, it is all about releasing their quarterly earnings and some extra financial details. They are essentially telling the public how they did in the second quarter of 2026, which ended on the 30th of June. So, on the 23rd of July 2026, CNB Financial Corporation put out a press release about their performance for the first 6 months of 2026. They also made some additional financial information available on their website. This is pretty standard for publicly traded companies. They want to keep investors updated on their financial health. The big takeaway here is that they are reporting these results, showing us a snapshot of their financial situation. This filing includes 2 exhibits. Exhibit 99.1 is the actual press release detailing their earnings. We can assume this is where all the key numbers and management commentary about their financial results are located. Exhibit 99.2 is described as the Q2 2026 earnings supplement. This is likely where they provide more in-depth financial tables and data that support the press release. Investors often look at these supplements to dig deeper into the numbers and understand the story behind the overall results. Let's talk about what this means. For CNB Financial, this is about showing their earnings and financial condition. In the world of banking, this usually means looking at things like net income, earnings per S-hair, the quality of their loans, and how much capital they have. Since this is a regional bank, these reports are crucial for understanding their stability and profitability in their specific market. The news about dividends on their series of preferred stock, which we saw in July, also points to how they are managing their obligations to preferred shareholders. It reinforces the idea that they are keeping up with their financial commitments. Now, looking at the numbers that usually come with these reports, we would expect to see how their revenue has changed, what their expenses are, and ultimately their profit for a bank, especially a regional one like CNB. Steady performance is often the goal. A sudden huge jump or a drastic drop would be more of a red flag. The fact that they are simply releasing these standard operating results suggests they are likely in a stable, if not growing, position. For comparison, when we see companies like Bed Bath & Beyond or Tupperware reporting, there can be a lot of uncertainty and talk of going concern warnings. CNB's filing, in contrast, seems more like a routine update. It is like a checkup for a healthy patient rather than an emergency room visit. What is interesting here is the focus on series of preferred stock. CNB Financial has actually declared dividends on this preferred stock, and importantly, these preferred holders get a cash payout. This is a good sign for holders of that stock, indicating the company is financially sound enough to meet these obligations. The stock price for CCNEP has been in a pretty tight range, between $23.57 and $25.44 over the last year, which supports this idea of stability. The PE ratio of 7.8 also suggests the stock is valued reasonably, not being overly expensive. While there are no major red flags jumping out from this 8K, it is always about digging into the exhibits to see the real financial picture. The supplemental information would likely reveal trends in loan growth, deposit levels, and interest income, all key metrics for a bank. The absence of any dramatic announcements means the company is likely executing its business plan without major disruptions or radical changes. The resignation of Director Gary Olson is a notable piece of news we saw around the 10th of July. While this filing doesn't directly address it, it is a part of the recent corporate activity for CNB Financial. Changes in leadership can sometimes signal shifts in strategy, but without further information from the company, it is hard to say. It is something to keep an eye on. What I am actually looking for is confirmation of continued profitability in the supplemental filings, especially as we head into the latter half of the year. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If you found this deep dive helpful, please like this video, subscribe for more insights, and join our Discord community linked in the description below.